First show of the month tonight, and I'm going to see Impromptu Shakespeare at Wimbledon Theatre. It's in their little studio theatre, which I've never actually been to, even though I've been to Wimbledon Theatre, like the main part, loads of times. I think it's an improvised show inspired by or based on Shakespeare. I don't really know too much about it, but I love improv theatre and I'm fascinated by Shakespeare, so we're going to see what it's all about. I don't have to get the train tonight, no driving to the station and then hopping on the train, nope. I get to drive all the way to the theatre and park right next door because there's a lovely car park next door. It's only a 25-minute drive from me, which is nice. And when I get there, I think I'm going to get some Nando's for dinner, so I'll see you in a bit. And do stick around to see the rest of this month's vlog. The show was good. I didn't enjoy it as much as I've enjoyed other improv shows, but you can tell they're definitely influenced by Shakespeare, and there were some funny moments in the show. I think other people in the audience found it a lot funnier than I did. It was a decent show. I probably wouldn't go back again, whereas there are other improv troupes that I have seen that I definitely would go back and see. Everybody's different, everybody's style of humour is different, so as I say, other people in the audience loved it. They were having a great time, and I didn't have a bad time. It was decent, just wasn't my favourite. So Nando's, I went to Nando's 45 minutes before the show started and my food took half an hour to come. So I had to like down it in 10 minutes. The theatre was right across the road, so that was fine. I used to go, well, the last time I went to Nando's was when it was like 10 years ago, and I used to get the plain, and even that was too spicy for me. Yes, I know, pathetic, I agree. And I thought, like, you know, surely I can handle like the lemon and herb or something now. So I got a lemon and herb quarter chicken, and then I got the mac and cheese and peri fries. The peri fries were good, but they were spicy. Mac and cheese, I drizzled like the lemon and herb sauce all over it. That was really good. And then the chicken was a little bit hotter than I was expecting. I mean, it was fine, I could eat it, although I was kind of disappointed with the lack of chicken that I got off that leg. Maybe I'd have gotten more if I'd have had time to really go for it, but you know. There wasn't much lemon and herb flavour to it though, disappointingly. So I ended up dipping it in the lemon and herb sauce. Would I go to Nando's again? Yes. Would I order that stuff again? No. I'd get the regular chips rather than the peri salted chips and just dip them in the lemon and herb sauce. I would get the mac and cheese again, and I would put even more lemon and herb sauce in it, and I would just play it safe and get boneless chicken. They also had bottomless peach iced tea, and I never usually go for peach iced tea or any iced tea because I usually find it tastes really gross and bitter, and like the fruity flavour is really weak. But they did it with rooibos or rooibos tea instead of black tea, and it tasted how peach iced tea should taste. If you ever go to Nando's or somewhere where they have peach iced tea with rooibos tea, however you say it, rather than black tea, try it. See what you think. I thought it was so much better. Am I as much of a spice wuss as I used to be? No. Am I still a spice wuss though? Yeah. What can you do? My mum loves super spicy food as well, so I'm like the biggest pain in the ass for her. When she cooked meals when we were kids, she would always have to take mine and my brother's portions out before she added the spice, so I just couldn't eat it otherwise. I went to Sainsbury's afterwards to grab a couple of bits, and in Sainsbury's, they had these mystery purple moems. I looked on the back and it said fruit and cola flavoured chewy sweets. I'm guessing that's a copy and paste from the regular packet because it's one flavour, so it's either going to be fruit or cola, and I pray to God that it's not cola because I hate cola. So I thought I'd try one on camera before I drive home. Here we go. What do we think? My guess is grape flavour. I really hope it's not cola or bubblegum, but I don't think purple will be bubblegum. I'm trying to think what else purple could be, but I can't think of anything other than grape. Or like blackcurrant. Oh, it's bubblegum flavour. Since when is purple the colour you use for bubblegum? That's nasty. Don't recommend unless you like bubblegum flavoured sweets. In which case I think you're weird, because you're supposed to have flavoured bubblegum, not bubblegum flavoured. But each to their own. So I asked my parents and my brother what they thought of the pinballs, like what flavour they thought they were. My mum thought it was some sort of mixture of chocolate, lime and cola, slightly overkill. My dad thought it was melon but not watermelon, and my brother, I think my brother might be right on the mark here. My brother thinks it's tutti frutti, and once he said that I realised that it kind of reminded me of that juicy fruit chewing gum that was around when I was younger. Maybe it's still around, I don't know, which I hated and thought kind of tasted like bubblegum, but as soon as he said it I was like, yeah, okay, even so. I still don't like them. Tonight I'm off to Southwark Playhouse in Borough to see It Walks Around the House at Night, which is a brand new ghost story, and I do love a ghost story, so I'm going to go see it and I'll report back afterwards. pretty good. I wouldn't say it's quite up there with Paranormal Activity and Ghost Stories, but there were a good 2 or 3 jump scares that really did make me jump. In fact, there was one that made a lot of people in the audience scream, which tells you a lot about how jumpy the jump scare was. My friend also really enjoyed it, and I think it's a good show if you're kind of wanting to dabble in the waters of horror on stage but are a little bit scared. I definitely wouldn't start with Paranormal Activity, but this one could be a really good one to start with. Side note, the last jump scare is scariest if you are front row. Me and my friend were in the front row. We love a good jump scare, so it was perfect for us. But if you're a little bit wary, don't sit in the front row. I'd recommend, if you love Paranormal Activity, you'll be absolutely fine with this. If you found 222 Ghost Story scary, you might find this scary, but if you're up for it, absolutely go and see it. And if even the thought of horror terrifies you, this show probably isn't for you, because it will scare you at times. There were truly 2 or 3 moments where I was genuinely frightened, and I love that. For me, I find horror is one of the best forms of escapism, especially like supernatural horror with ghost stories, which is what tonight's show was about. I love it. What better way to distract me from the real world than to go watch a ghost terrify people? My next show is a week tomorrow. It's The Choir of Man at Wimbledon Theatre. So I'll be back vlogging then. Good night for now. Tonight I'm at Wimbledon Theatre to see The Choir of Man. I actually never got to see it on the West End. I intended to, I just never got around to it. But now it's touring and it's at Wimbledon Theatre, which is so much closer to me than the West End. So I am taking full advantage of that tonight. Okay, I can see why people love that show so much. It was very good. I'm going to do a full review, which will be out by the time this vlog comes out, so I'll link it at the top of the screen. But really quick thoughts. I thought the vocals were great. I loved the vocal arrangements. I didn't expect to laugh quite so much, and the audience vibe was just stunning. Like the interval as well. Again, I'll talk about that more in the review. But the audience vibe, the interval vibe, was more like the kind of vibe you get at a gig rather than the theatre. But it really worked. I really enjoyed it, and the cast members came out into the audience and they were engaging. And obviously people went up on stage before the show and during the interval to get their drinks on stage. If you don't know, they have an on-stage working bar, and then they were throwing crisps out as well. It's a great show, really feel good, but I'm going to do a full review so you can see what I think of it then. I am next at the theatre in a few days' time. I'm off to see a cabaret show called Breaking Barriers, celebrating disabled and neurodivergent talent. I went to the first one they did last year. I got invited, and I've been invited back to see this one as well, so I'm really excited to see that. Last time it was fabulous, so I'm really excited to see what Saturday brings. See you then. Tonight I'm off to the Other Palace to see the Breaking Barriers Cabaret, which is a cabaret that celebrates disabled and neurodivergent talent. I think there's a lineup of 8 performers, all of whom are either disabled and or neurodivergent, so it'll be a lovely show. I went to the one they did back in July last year and it was fantastic, and I'm really looking forward to it tonight. It's also produced by a disabled performer, and the whole atmosphere last time was just absolutely wonderful. I'm really looking forward to it tonight, but I'll report back afterwards to let you know how it went.
The good Lord made us so we'd piss each day until we pissed away. The politicians taxed the toilets and made illegal public urination. It's a gas, just a dash of silicone. Shake your new maracas and you're fine. Tits and ass can change your life. They sure changed mine. You're all staring at my tits now, aren't you?
The time go by, I won't care if I can be here on the street where you live.
It's not fair to deny me of the cross I bear that you gave to me. You, I didn't know, well, I'm here.
A world where our joy is not pure fantasy. So go to the show. Don't leave it too late, for soon they will grow think of the magic that you could create.
But he could be criminal! Some sort of psychopath who escaped from an institution somewhere where they don't have girls. He could have masterminded some way to find me. He could be colorblind! How untrustworthy is that he could be less than kind? Or if the band could stand it, just go on and on and on. Just once, before the chance is gone.
And there you are, right in the middle of what you love, with the craziest of company. You're having a kick-ass time and being who you wanted to be, and as well, you're that little girl with her wings unfurled, flying again.
So I'm back in my car after the show, and I have to say I had a really lovely time. The performers are fantastic. Of course they were going to be, I knew they were. We had 8 performers, they all sung 2 songs. I am going to edit together a little montage and post it on TikTok. So I'll try and remember to link that in the description, and maybe I'll post it on YouTube Shorts, who knows. I was actually invited to tonight's show by the producer, Amy Knott, who is just incredible. She's disabled herself and has taken it upon herself to create this space where disabled performers can be themselves, can perform, and have their access needs met and not be shut out before they've even had the chance to get in. My next show is Waitress, which I am so looking forward to. But I'm seeing it on the 1st of April, so that's technically not March's vlog. So I don't have any more shows booked in March. I mean, I guess I might still book one in, but it's very unlikely because I'm going to see family for a few days, and I think by the time I get back I'll be really tired and catching up on some bits. So this is probably the end of the March vlog. Hope you enjoyed it, and do come back for next month's vlog because it's gonna have Waitress. Woo! Cannot wait.